Hello, hello, thank you for checking in. It's Wednesday, hump day, or as I would like to call today, way too hot to hump day. It is hot out. Yeah, it is, don't touch me, hump day. Ugh. Don't, your skin is touching my skin, hump day. Yeah, you're breathing on me. You're Hi Angie. Let me say hello to everybody. Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Angie Tomlinson and Fairies Lover and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Sturgis Guy and Azure Yusuf and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Sam and St. Clinton and Philip Chandler and Wing Doggy. Let me make sure I got everyone. Hello, Jesus. Hello. Hello, it's Wednesday. I am already ready for the weekend. It's going much too slow. I'm working my butt off, and despite the fact that I keep saying I'm working my butt off, it's still there. Who made that expression? Working my butt off and how is everybody else doing? What's your day like? Dave Jones says some people like curves. Oh, and hello, YouTube. Sam says when the weather's hot and sticky, there's no time for Dunkin' Donuts. But when the frost is on the pumpkin, there's time for Dunkin' Donuts. Sam really likes Dunkin' Donuts. Hang on. All right. Hang on 1 second. Let me just get these screens arranged better. Linda says it is too hot to cook and they have humidity where she is. Right now, Linda's hair is going. Her hair, so much humidity. Linda's hair looks like Albert Einstein today. So I know you guys are well aware of my disdain for Donald the Bully Trump. It seems, and I appreciate him as a reality personality. However, I think the idea of him thinking he could be president is ridiculous. And I think it's becoming more and more clear to everyone as this progresses because he can't seem to stop being a jerk and stop being unpresidential. Like when during the debate, Megyn Kelly asked him about, hey, you've said a lot of bad stuff about women. How would you respond to women who want to vote? And he responds by saying a lot of bad stuff about Megyn Kelly. She goes on vacation, she comes back. He's still saying bad stuff about Megyn Kelly. He starts off his campaign saying bad stuff about Mexico and Hispanics. Of course, they don't like that. So they all drop their association with him. So he sues them. And then when they ask him about what's happening, he kicks their top reporter out of press conferences. Yeah, and this is one of the most respected reporters from Mexico. It's like kicking Walter Cronkite out of the press conference. David Jones, really. There's no excuse for it. Because, you know, yeah. You know that whoever is president gets a lot of negativity thrown at them. A lot of people, and you have to be able to handle it, or not even handle it, but rise above it. Rise above it. And this guy, not only is he not able to rise above it, but he instigates, and he won't listen, just keeps on going. Linda, he's got no class. He's not presidential. What? Sturgis guy. Well, Linda, there's a difference between liking him and thinking he's presidential. There's two different things. No. Hi, Angie! No, they don't, Linda. I know that one for sure. No, honestly, what I would say is he is taking all of his speeches from early Hitler speeches. If you were to look at the early speeches of Hitler, they're the same as the speeches of Donald Trump. Yeah. No, it's not. The early Hitler was very popular with people, got people excited at the time when Hitler first started out, when he was just a politician before he became Hitler. Germany was in a bad place economically. It was after World War I. There was a lot of strife, economic problems, unemployment. Obviously, after World War I, Germany was a mess. A lot of people were angry. Why is my phone ringing? A lot of people were angry. They pointed Hitler fostered a giant nationalism.
Please record after the show.
A dermatology clinic in Santa Monica, located at 2020 Santa Monica Boulevard.
Sorry, telemarketer. He fostered a giant sense of nationalism. Make Germany great again. Sound familiar? And pointed to immigrants, people who are causing the trouble, pointed to a common enemy. All these immigrants, who in this case were Jews, Gypsies, other people who weren't true Germans. Let's get rid of it. Same thing. And then when you talk about building a wall, how many times has it been a really good idea to build a wall? Let's see. How did that work out for East and West Germany? How's that worked out for like Russia and North and South Korea? All these times with it, have these ever been good plans? Have these things ever worked out in a positive way? Linda, anytime that you are racist and horrible to another person, it's not being done for a good reason. It's not. Preaching negativity never works out for the good. So, yeah, but it'll all work out. It'll all work out. But I just, I can't believe he's still talking, and I'm surprised that people are responding to this, because he's feeding the lowest common denominator. That's what Hitler did. Feed the lowest common denominator. Feed people's hate, feed people's anger, feed people's frustration, and give them an enemy. And say the horrible things that people say in private. And that's not a positive thing. And if you're to continue that behavior and take that on an international level where you're representing a country, that is a scary thing. And like what happened with Hitler, which resulted in World War II, we could very well see those policies resulting in World War III. And that's what it disturbs me, because it. Yeah, and so it's kind of silly. It's kind of silly. It's just feeding anger and hatred and the lowest common denominator. And you hear people responding to this and saying, yeah, I want to start shooting Mexicans. I want to start killing Mexicans. That's kind of creepy and scary. So that's my editorial for today. Not really humpable. Marcel says that over in where he is in Europe, they have a politician named Geert Wilders who does the same sort of thing, and his enemy that he points to is Muslims. Yeah, a lot of people. It's easy. Yeah, it's getting a little crazy. Yesterday, some guy went and shot 2 reporters live on the air. He also was a former reporter. I guess he had some sort of dispute with the station because he was a former reporter. He went and he filmed it. He had a GoPro on him. Went and shot. Turned out the female reporter and the cameraman. The woman who was a reporter was the girlfriend of the anchor for the station, and the guy who was the cameraman was the boyfriend of the station's producer. So he was angry with the station, so he killed the 2 people that they loved, and then he killed himself after he uploaded the video. After he uploaded, Linda says he was fired last year. Yeah, so this was definitely a premeditated and really horrible crime. Then he killed himself after he uploaded the video. Pretty horrible. What is going on? See, there's too much feeding the negativity. Too much negativity in the entire world. I want to hold on to the positivity. So there you go. There's my editorializing for today. So how is everybody doing today? I know. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm getting anybody excited or ready for the weekend. I don't think anyone feels like humping after my editorializing. But that's okay because it's too hot. Sturgis guy says he quit his job. Really? Are you finally moving? Did you finally quit and say, I'm getting out of Sturgis? Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, I don't have any of that either, Laura. Marcel says he is always ready. Doesn't matter how hot it is, what time of day. Marcel says. Oh, and speaking of always ready, we have continuing, updating, more information on Josh Duker. Oh, you know, anytime you start pointing fingers and throwing stones about telling everybody how pious you are and how perfect you are and how you should live a certain way like me, it always ends up that there are some secrets. It comes out and then you look like a giant hypocrite. Like, what the hell? You start saying how perfect you are. Yeah, it turns out you're not. You're a freak, like everybody else. Yeah, so Mr. Head of the Family Council, perfect. Josh Duger. Yeah, it turns out, I don't think did he have several accounts on Ashley Madison and Facebook and OkCupid and admitted and apologized for cheating on his wife and being addicted to porn. Well, now it turns out that the porn star stripper that he is one of them. There'll probably be more. He went. It turned out he was a big fan. He went and visited this woman where she was performing at a strip club. Paid her a whole bunch of money for lap dances. Then offered her a whole bunch of money for sex at her hotel. They did that twice, 2 different occasions. Big fan says he knew all of her movies, knew her whole history. Marcel says, addicted to porn, I just call it a hobby. Yeah, he was a big fan of hers. She said he was actually the porn star, who I would assume knows a lot of scary people and a lot of rough people, said that he was particularly scary and rough. Which is shocking coming from a girl who's probably seen all kinds of craziness and probably isn't really shocked by a lot of crazy rough people. She said he was shockingly crazy and rough. Okay, what the hell? So now Josh Duger is apparently in rehab. I don't know, sex rehab, sex addiction rehab, or is this just a PR attempt? Sorry. Well, because he wasn't doing drugs or alcohol. Is he addicted to sex? Is he a sexaholic? Or is it just rehab from bad publicity? Is there a bad publicity rehab? And yeah, I I feel bad for his poor wife and 4 small children who are living in a group or cult where they're not allowed to complain, not allowed to be mad. She's supposed to stand by her man and just be like, oh, gosh, it's my fault. I'm sorry. So yeah, and this is all after it came out earlier that he had molested his sisters and a babysitter, a neighbor babysitter, sexually attacked the babysitter as a teenager. Yeah, it is not getting any better. Getting worse. And when he did that as a teenager, when he was supposed to be going for counseling, therapy, rehab as a teenager, after he molested 3 of his sisters and attacked the babysitter, they sent him, they said they were going for therapy, counseling. No, they sent him to a friend's to do manual labor for a summer. I don't know, that's called a summer job most times. So is he really in rehab, or is he just, I don't know, redoing somebody's roof somewhere? David Jones suggests that I do a sex tape to increase my publicity. Wow. I'm not, you know what, David Jones? I have thought about that. I've thought about that. And the problem is, here's my fear. What if you make a sex tape and nobody watches it? Ah! That's what happened to that guy Skeech, Saved by the Bell. Was it Skeech? Screech from Saved by the Bell had that same idea. I'll make a sex tape. Everybody gets popular with a sex tape. Hired a couple hookers, went to a hotel, filmed a sex. Justin Diamond, that's his real name, yeah. And he got creative with his. He goes, I'm gonna make the baddest sex tape ever. So he included something in his sex tape, but some sort of something mustache. I don't know. Some sort of poop stash. What? My eyes are burning. Dustin Diamond, that's not sexy. I forget what it's called. David Jones says even that Bobbitt guy had a sex. Oh yes, well his was more of a. I believe that was an actual porn. I believe he actually after his penis was reattached, he wanted to prove to the world that he was still a virile masculine man. So he did some porn, some legitimate porn. Okay. Okay, we believe you. Still don't want to watch it. Yeah, so that's my fear. That a sex tape. I think there are some other people. I think there are a couple other reality people, like somebody from Survivor or somebody. A couple of those people who made some sex tapes that nobody watched. Didn't make any money. Oh, the horror and the shame. The shame of having an unwatchable sex tape. That's my fear. Linda says, I think you get a bad reputation from those two. You think? Yeah. Oh yeah, that part too. That part. Oh yeah. Yeah, that. Oh yeah, you made a sex tape. There's that. And then there's the failed sex tape too. So it's like doubly compounding horribleness. So there's my fear. Linda says that might not be good for your resume. Yeah. Linda, Linda says she thought about the same thing. She's had the same argument with herself, and like me, also decided that it's probably not the best plan. Hi, Philip. Philip and Sam both said that they tried to join Ashley Madison, and Ashley Madison paid them to leave and never come back. Deleted them. They're the only people. Ashley Madison. No. I'm kidding. Yeah, well, though, to be honest, I don't think as many people had affairs on Ashley Madison as hoped to, because as was revealed, 90% of the female profiles on Ashley Madison were fake. So you had a whole bunch of guys trying to have affairs with a whole bunch of fake profiles. Hi, you're talking to an Ashley Madison tech right now. Hi. Ooh. Emoji. Linda says, what's the point? Because, Linda, the people who owned, the owners of the company, they were making a lot of money by getting all these guys to join, subscribe, pay money. They were making millions of dollars off of these guys. Guys weren't really, not as many guys got to cheat as they want. Well, I guess, but Josh Sugar did, so worked out for him. But he was also very proactive about it, because he didn't just have 2 Ashley Madisons. He had an OkCupid, which is free, and Facebook, which is free too. So he was out there. We was working hard. Marcel says, here we have a law which says that websites must tell you in advance when the dating sites, when they're using fake profiles. David Jones says it's actually a Canadian company, and the government is filing a lawsuit against them. Yeah, I think, yeah. Right now, I think the person I would least likely to be right now is the CEO of Ashley Madison. This has been a really bad month. So, anyhow, I don't know if I was entertaining today. Talking today was me ranting about all the things that bugged me today. This is my rant, the things that bugged me today. There'll be more tomorrow. But tomorrow, it's after 5:45. Tomorrow is Stupid Question Day, so instead of me ranting, the genius will be here. The genius will be here to entertain you and answer your burning questions about any topic in the entire universe with complete accuracy. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. According to me. Guaranteed. Completely accurate. So I hope you have some awesome and very challenging questions for the genius, because I'm sure that the genius will have the answers you need for your life. Positive of that. I will be. And Philip Chandler is on YouTube, and he says yes. Philip Chandler is going to agree and write a testimonial and say not only is the genius right about everything, but the advice of the genius has changed his life. All right, so I'm just about to sign off. But I want to thank you for coming to see me, because you're awesome. I will be back tomorrow or at 5:15 Los Angeles time when we say goodbye to everybody. Laura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and T-Sus and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Sam says the advice of the genius has made him sick. No! Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven. I told you not to drink that water! Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Angie Tomlinson and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jin Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Thesis and Philip Chandler and Sam and St. Clinton and N1QOV and Joe Barney and Red Stapler. Thank you for checking in. Let me make sure I got everybody. Wing Doggy. Oops, I get a question. And Marcel and Jesus. Kisses for everybody. I love you. I love you. See you tomorrow for a stupid question day. Guaranteed to have stupid questions. I love you. Bye, David Jones. No, I said check. Bye. Bye. St. Clinton! I love you, St. Clinton. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.